Soul is the latest film from Disney and Pixar Animation Studios. It stars Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey, is directed by Pete Docter, and lands on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all my content. Soul follows Joe Gardner, a middle school band teacher who gets the chance of a lifetime landing a gig at the best jazz club in town. But one small misstep takes him from the streets of New York City to the great before, a fantastical place where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests before they go to Earth. Determined to return to his body and life, Joe teams up with precocious soul 22, who has never understood the appeal of the human experience. As Joe desperately tries to show 22 what's great about living, he may just discover the answers to some of life's most important questions. A lot of the movies we've been most hyped for have been pushed down the timeline somewhere into next year and beyond, and a lot of movies have found themselves relegated to streaming services, one of which is Pixar's latest, I'm going to say straight up, masterwork, Soul. This is a movie I would have loved to experience in the cinema, on a big screen, with incredible surround sound, like at the IMAX or something. But unfortunately, this is one that has been delegated to Disney Plus. It does upset me because this is just one of those movies that really deserves to be seen in the biggest and best format possible. That said, this is a movie that is arriving in a very timely fashion. It is a movie that is really going to hit home a lot harder right now than at any other time. Especially a film which is so existential and so deep. That is the silver lining of everything right here. That said, I'm almost at a loss for words of what to think about this movie, or what to say about this movie. Pixar have had a bit of a rocky track record the last number of years. A lot of people consider their golden age peak to be kind of the, movies like Up and Wall-E and Ratatouille, movies like that. I feel like we've returned. Every single element of this movie just works, and it works in the way that you want a Pixar movie to work, and it hits. Not only is it incredible animation, like stunning, like gorgeous visuals to look at, gorgeous colors and just everything that you just want to sink into it, but it's a visionary movie. The way this has been animated, the designs of not only characters, but of settings, of worlds. We travel between Earth and these ethereal planes of existence. And the way that these have been conceptualized and visualized is quite literally unlike anything we've ever seen before. This movie is kind of in every single facet imaginable, an enormous metaphor for so many things. This movie visualizes a lot of things in ways that you would kind of never expect them to be visualized in. This is a movie that is all about emotion and feelings, and the state of the human soul and the spirit and the mind and everything, and the way that this has been visualized on the screen, again, is unlike anything I've ever seen before. This is a real deep dive into humanity and the various emotions that we feel. And again, the way these are visualized through not only places but characters as well. I don't want to spoil too much, so it may sound like I'm being really vague here. But this movie just visualizes things in this incredible, stunning way. That said, this movie is simply one of the deepest, most meaningful, most mature, and most existential Pixar films that have been put out there. Of course, Pixar are known for making these big, grand movies that are very soulful and are very existential on the surface, but this movie just kind of takes it to a whole new realm. This, again, this is really I would have to say, the most mature Pixar movie so far. So much so that I feel like it works on these levels where it's going to connect with an adult audience in ways that it's not going to connect with a child audience. There are these fantastic messages here about light and love and hope and life and the human experience. And I feel like kids are going to get really good morals out of this, and they're going to get a nice overview of life, a nice look into, you know, kindness and love and togetherness. But there's this other level, this really deeply existential level that adults are going to connect with in this film more than kids ever could. Even last night, when I got to the end of the movie, I rewound it, and I had to rewatch a whole chunk of the film because I felt like while I had absorbed it, while I had watched it, and while I'd gotten this big buzz and everything out of it, there was still something in there that I needed to... I felt like there was still more in there that I needed to absorb. This movie is insanely good. It is superb on every single level you can imagine. The voice work is great here as well. Jamie Foxx is the first black lead in a Pixar film, and that is amazing. This film is so imbued in black culture, and of course the music, the jazz, and the soul soundtrack to this is insane. It's incredible. And then of course you also have this score written by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. This electronic score, which is just so euphoric and just everything, you know, every element of a movie that just really pulls you into it, and just, this film is an experience. I'm just gonna go right out there and say it. This is possibly I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Pixar movie of all time, because that's something I need to reassess a little bit over time. I feel like it might be a bit premature to say that, but this is one of my favorite Pixar movies ever. And this is up there in, I would say, top 5 territory Pixar movies of all time. And with that, I am incredibly happy to be closing out 2020 with a movie that I'll be rating a very, very easy 5 out of 5. I am almost lost for words at the pure genius and beauty of this absolute masterwork. A true, transcendental and euphoric experience for the eyes, ears, and yes, soul. A deep dive into the human psyche in the most meaningful way possible. It's one of Pixar's best of all time, and one of the year's greatest, full stop. Nothing will prepare you for it. At that, thank you to my amazing friends over at Disney and Disney Plus, both of which are working in tandem to get this movie out there to us. Thanks to you guys, and thanks to all the incredible opportunities you've given me this year, and all the amazing screeners and stuff like that. I really appreciate all of that from you guys. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody out there for watching. This is my last film review for the year of 2020. I'll be back next year, and I can't wait for it because we've got some incredible movies coming up. Until then, continue to stay safe, continue to stay at home, enjoy the holidays, enjoy the film. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.